And
Right.
where are you from?
Cape Town.
Okay, so when did you get in?
Sunday
And how long are you staying?
until tomorrow.
Did you just do the gumboot dancing?
Just did the gumboot
How was
dancing.
that?
Still feeling a little sweaty. Yeah, very
Yeah.
invigorating.
Okay, cool. And how long have you been a member for?
I am fresh blood. I joined in January
Okay.
and made a very spontaneous decision on Wednesday to come to Ignite.
Oh, that's an amazing. So what made you come?
So in January, when the tickets were being advertised, I thought to myself, whew, this is pricey. Then I set myself a goal, and if I reached my business financial goals, I would check in and see, and then if it was right and if it was meant to be, then I'd go. So I reached my business goals in last month, quickly messaged Shaylee, and she's like, yeah, of course we have space. So
Amazing.
it all happened quite quickly, yeah.
So EO member, brand new.
EOA, so part of the accelerator.
Okay, EOA. How long have you been in EOA for?
Since 6 months now. So
Okay,
since
so
January, yeah.
and what's your business?
My business is called SalesMate. So we work with founders to support them with fractional sales professionals. So we really go and help them when they've never actually done B2B outbound and they've built businesses perhaps on referral or organic growth, but they've realized that marketing's not working and maybe they're leaving money on the table. But instead of wasting the time trying to hire and find talent that they know nothing about, it's a really great transitional phase to work with us because we give them a bit of strategy, we give them a person, we take on the risk, find them, and then this person also gets to really integrate into their business and learn about the client's business in depth. So we become kind of a partner to their business.
That's amazing. So that's really interesting. I haven't heard of fractional used in that way, but it sounds incredible. How long has your business been running for?
2 years.
2 years now.
Yeah, it's come from other businesses along the way, and I think that's the beauty of entrepreneurship.
Okay.
So I still have a recruitment business, but that's been going for about 4.5 years. Okay. And I saw a real need in the side of, well, number one, there was a sales shortage in talent and good talent. And secondly, a lot of most founders want to grow their business. And then I realized as a founder, I was struggling with this problem. I was pulled in so many different directions. So my consistency around sales would go up and down and up and down. And I really just needed an accountability buddy and someone actually doing the things and doing the strategy that I had in my head and supporting me in making sure these things got done.
Okay, and the EOA curriculum is amazing for that. Do you have accountability buddies is that your group?
Yes, that's my group and my forum as well.
Okay,
yeah.
And so you've been forum trained in a forum there for about 6 months now, give or take?
Yes.
Okay, and then you would have done some of the days, I can't remember which has been already. The strategy was last, I think,
execution. So I came in midway. Usually it starts in July and I started in January. Okay. So we did people and then we've just done execution, and now it's about to kick off again in July, starting with strategy and then cash.
Perfect.
So still got strategy and cash to do, but yeah, it's just been incredible for my business. In 6 months, I've seen a big growth spurt.
So you've been applying some of the Vern Harnish tools already?
I've been applying some of the tools, and even though we haven't done cash, the fact that I have to show my financials to my accountability group once a month and then speak to them that's probably been the hardest thing, and quite vulnerable in the beginning. But then I realized, wow, your numbers are everything, and you need to know your numbers.
Yeah.
And so that's probably been the thing that's been the biggest driver for me to really figure things out, as well as to know exactly what I'm talking about when I'm getting questioned on, like cost of sale. I'll be absolutely vulnerable and say, someone's like, "What's your cost of sale?" I'm like, cost of sales. So someone actually came in and explained to everyone breaking down the basis. I was just like, okay, well, these are my running costs, my operational costs. And so my numbers have completely transformed. And now I can answer to them very quickly. So I really appreciate that.
That's amazing. And it's is your intention to graduate? It'll be in 2 years' time, essentially at the...
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yes.
Yeah, so that's to 4x your current revenue. You said before we get to that I think you said you've had businesses before, so the recruitment, and before that, anything?
Yeah, well, I actually studied law, got admitted as an attorney. They took their pound of flesh And after I got admitted, I was like, well, I don't want to do this, so I have to start all over. And you don't just wake up one morning and decide to be an entrepreneur. So it was a bit of a slow journey, but I started working at a startup at Offers End at the time.
Okay.
And I learned some of the ways. And they, with the big tech boom, I was like, geez, these software developers are getting paid a load of money. And then realized that agile and product ownership and Scrum is something that I could still train to do, but I didn't have to do a degree from scratch. So I really went into that, worked at a software development company for 3 years. And in that software space, this software development company was helping, 5 other businesses with their products. So I just got more and more exposure in this world. And COVID happened, but actually COVID for me was really the birth of my entrepreneurial journey, because suddenly I had this extra time, but I also had the comfort of still being paid a salary. And then what I did is I started a cleaning business, started the recruitment business, and then went independent with my agile consulting. So essentially I've just been, in the early days, bootstrapping my businesses through my consulting money. And I'm proud to say that this is the first year that I've just thrown everything into this business, and now I just have SalesMate. And that's what I've noticed, like the growth just go from here to here because of focus.
That's it. We actually had Rich Mulholland on the pod, on our Luke and I have a separate podcast, and he said that his mentor, his business coach at one stage, said to him, Rich, come with one business, otherwise I can't coach you. You one business. And the focus was the difference there. So that's how he started Missing Link and then carried on going. So that's been a pivotal thing for you. How did you get exposure to EO?
So, one of my clients for the consulting business, also another Richard, but Richard Walton. Yeah. So we helped him find some talent for his business, and he spoke very highly about EO and told me about EOA. And so that is how I found out about it. And then, here I am.
Perfect. And what have your 3 big takeouts that you can have out of the conference so far?
Wow. Yeah, I think that's a tough one, especially today with these personal stories of just resilience and growth. What really stuck out for me was, out of everything, the acknowledgement to the people along their journey, the people that just gave them the time of day or gave them that chance. And I think for me, I had the moment to reflect on the mentors that have helped me along the way. And I remember one of the first mentors, I just decided to randomly message people on LinkedIn. He didn't know who I was. And he's like, I'll meet you for a coffee. And I remember sitting there at the time, and he was also telling me, there's no ways you can grow your businesses while you have this split focus. So either you hire someone and trust your business enough to put your own money on the table and go and hire someone, or it's not going to work. And then in that moment, I was still not willing to let go of this really big paycheck from the consulting money. And so I still took the risk, and I hired someone then and there after walking away. And that hire ended up being the best hire of my life, and the first hire. So from my first hire, I now have 10 staff members. And again, that was just someone willing to give me their time. And so, just very appreciative, and I will make more of an effort as well to give and to give every moment that I can to.
Perfect, yeah. So I think the Truth Coffee, he had that where the pastor gave him the time. I mean, his wife gave him a seat next to him. It was just amazing. The sales, you would have, I'm sure you would have heard that sales talk before, but that was pretty inspirational. What have you thought about your own podcast?
So I have thought about my own podcast. Interestingly enough, I think I speak and then I think, right? So often I feel that when I talk, the things that I say are much better than in a written form. And I've learned this new trick. I've escalated my doing by talking to ChatGPT. Okay. So now I get things done so much faster because I'm actually able to verbalize things better than sitting and having to write an email. Okay. So I think there's definitely a confidence element, but also figuring out, what do I have to say? So very grateful for this opportunity.
No, so that's one of the best things we've had the experience of having people on, and working with their podcast and that is figuring out like something that you do already that you just need to press record because it would be so interesting. Like for instance, you interview a bunch of people, and our interview process I think is gonna, the second interview we actually want the people that work with us to be on a podcast. And the insight behind that is because, well, first of all, we want them to know what a podcast is like and experience it and that sort of stuff, but because they're going to be producing them and around them and that sort of and that. But also there was a Wolverine, Hugh Jackman Wolverine clips that we saw with his first auditions, like back in the archives, and they brought that up. And once it's been recorded, the worst that can happen is it just goes in the archives. But the best is you actually have content.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you that Fractional, you probably get very bespoke briefs and that, and you meet very interesting people, I imagine,
Yes.
and you get to. So if there's something there, it just creates content for your site and that sort of thing. So I'd love to talk to you more about it, but we just want more podcasts and that.
Yeah.
But last question, because I see the lights on. Do you have a message for any of your EOAs and EOs that are, because Cape Town ignites next year? I don't know if you have anything to say to them.
Just surrender and come and do your best to just, there was another message actually, and that I really appreciated and I wrote down, and it said, you also have not only yourself but everyone in your circle to thank for this time. Your family, you can thank your family. So embrace the time that you have here, because pretty much it's 3 days, and be in every moment that you can be. So that's the message.
Amazing.
Thanks.
Well done.